and today I would like to talk to you about geriatrics. What is geriatrics? Geriatrics is the study of aging. Now, what's wonderful about the study of aging is with geriatrics, the whole theory and scientific studies behind it is that people should be able to age in place. You may think, well, how would you age in place? Some people, they may be 98 years old and they can still drive, they can still go around, run circles around you. But then there may be another 98-year-old who can barely stand. Just because you're older doesn't mean you can't do things. Now, future nurses, geriatrics is one of the last things that nurses think about when they look at a career. You guys are going into the career of nursing. When you think of your career, most of the time you hear working in a hospital is where you're going to get your skills. That's where you're going to learn the most. That's not technically true. Geriatrics, you learn very valuable skills. Some of those skills being what patient-centered care is. Studies have shown that if you take your patient and you center their whole care around them as a person as a whole, you have a better outlook and the patient has better productivity in their life. So for example, if you had a little lady who is constantly doing stuff and you put her in a assisted living facility, she's gonna look for things to do. She can easily get bored. Maybe you have someone who has dementia. Dementia is a fun subject whenever we talk about geriatrics because in the United States, we are the one and only country in the whole wide world that puts their loved ones in nursing homes. And that's kind of sad. But it's actually not as bad as it may seem. Nursing homes have a lot of study behind what they do. There is a lot of study and education that goes into teaching people to care for your loved ones. When caring for your loved ones, the best outcome is one that has been strategically care planned. You will find that there are many members of a care plan team. These members all revolve around the patient and how the patient is going to succeed on their goals. But what if they don't succeed in their goals? They are going to find ways to tweak the care plan to make those goals more achievable. Geriatrics, when involving patients with dementia, when we talk aging in place, maybe you are a woman who has stage 4 dementia. You can't remember where you're at. You know your name. You can't remember how old you are, but you can remember stuff from when you were a kid. You may love to cook. That was one of your favorite things to do. So, what would be a good way to incorporate that in your care? Let's get a bowl. Let's get a spoon. Let's get stuff to mix stuff together. By going through this, I'm doing coordination exercises. I'm making my brain think. I'm making those dying cells work, which helps prolong the process. The Alzheimer's Association did a study a couple of years ago and found out that if you exercise and learn at least one new thing a day, you can actually minimize the effects of Alzheimer's as far as whether you get it or not. What's also interesting is Alzheimer's has been linked to several medications that is commonly taken. One of those being is Benadryl. If you were a young child and your parents just gave you Benadryl to go to sleep, you are now at a higher risk for dementia. According to studies, and there's actually one of my favorite people that is like the guru when it comes to talking about dementia, Teepa Snow. She does this lecture called "What is Dementia?" And what's interesting about that specific is there is a new normal when it comes to dementia. A lot of people think of dementia as the geriatric disease. The youngest person to currently have it is 26. So, why wouldn't you want to be in geriatrics? Geriatrics is a place where you can grow, where these folks need you. They need your love, they need your support, they need you more than you realize. If you work at a doctor's office or a hospital, they need you for a short amount of time. But whenever you go into a long-term care facility or assisted living, these folks need you all the time. They need you to care for them. And some of them, they may have been the forgotten. When we call them the forgotten, that's when people, they have no family. They have no one that comes and visits. So who do they look forward to seeing every day? Your smiling face. During COVID, working in a long-term setting was probably the most gut-wrenching time, because these little folks were so used to being out and being sociable, and they were stuck in their rooms. And you could see these folks just breaking down day by day, all because they were lonely. They couldn't see their families, they couldn't see their friends, they couldn't mingle with the other residents. So that made our jobs even more important, because we were their family, we were their friends. Why wouldn't you want a job in geriatrics? Because it is one of the most beautiful and most rewarding jobs there is. Every day you can walk into your place of employment and know that you made a change in someone's life, that you were there for someone when they needed it. Because I'm telling you, the ugly truth of what happened in nursing homes during the outbreak of COVID is watching these folks die of lonely hearts, along with watching the people die from COVID. Future nurses, I encourage you, when you're looking for a career path, don't overlook geriatrics. You might find that given just a little bit of love, which is the whole process of nursing in the first place, is to love and care for your residents. Just giving that little bit can change your whole outlook on life. Thank you very much for your time.